when he was matched against Garry Kasparov, the Russian considered by many to be the greatest ever. And how did Magnus prepare? By reading up. Kasparov kept the 13-year-old kid waiting for half an hour, and when he did arrive, he didn't even say hello. It was speed chess, the Formula One of the sport, a race against the clock. Kasparov started slow. Magnus started getting bored.
I sat there for a few seconds and then I thought to myself, you know what, I don't know why he's thinking, but I know what my response is going to be anyway, so I'll just walk off and watch the other games.
Kasparov had never played anyone so young, but he did not exude confidence or happiness, and he did not win. Magnus played him to a draw. It was a sensation. Kasparov left quickly. No nice game, kid. Nothing. How did Magnus react? Guess. He thought he had blown it.
When I actually got the winning position, I had little time. I was nervous and I couldn't finish him off.
Why were you nervous?
I was playing Kasparov. I was intimidated.
You were intimidated by playing the world champion when you were already 13 years old?
Yeah, go figure.
Welcome to this video, which is all about how to win at Forex trading and what we can learn from the game of chess. Now, chess is a great strategy game. Forex is a strategy game. And I think there's certain traits that good chess players have that are very, very applicable to Forex trading. And if you play chess, I think it's an advantage when you actually come to trade Forex. I'm just going to go through why as we go through the video. Now, in terms of the opening clip, that's a guy called Magnus Carlsen. He's the reigning world champion, probably the greatest chess player ever. And I really like that clip. I think it's a wonderful clip. And I really like that guy as well. I want to discuss him in a bit more detail a bit later in the video. But the first thing I want to focus on is the nature of the Forex markets and the nature of a game of chess. Now, in terms of chess, okay, if you actually were to work out that each player makes 4 moves, okay, each, how many possible different outcomes are there on the board where the pieces could be just after those moves? Well, the answer is 368 million. Now, what I'm trying to stress the point here is that each game of chess is subtly different, okay? Now, Forex markets are the same. While everything looks very orderly going backwards, it isn't actually as orderly as traders think it is. There's no science there. You have human opponents on the other side, just like you do in a game of chess. You can never really predict what is going to happen. But of course you can win. And that is by, if you know the rules of the game, you react to what you see. Okay? Now most traders refuse to actually do this. They don't want to think for themselves. And they basically want to delegate responsibility to others. I've said this numerous times, be it some ridiculous mechanical system or a tip from someone else. Traders don't like accepting responsibility. Why? Because they don't like dealing with uncertainty. And if you play chess, that is what you are there doing. You're dealing with uncertainty, and you just basically act in a way that reacts to what you see. And chess is a very simple game once you know the rules. Forex is a simple game as well, but you must follow rules. So if you've got a strategy, you must have rules in place to basically minimize losers, maximize winners. That should just be really common sense. But most Forex traders, unfortunately, it isn't, and they lose. Now, I think with a game of chess, you're very much focused on the reality of what you see on the board. There's no opinions coming in, okay, telling you what to do. You're just focused on the board. Forex trading is a little bit different. Traders get distracted from what they see because they're listening to news stories, taking tips from friends, etc., etc. You've got to see the reality. And the reality is what you see on a price chart. Opinions don't matter from other people. The only person's opinion that matters is actually your own. So chess players tend to be very, very focused on the reality. They're also always thinking ahead. Okay, that's what you do in Forex. You need to be thinking, what is going to happen next? Okay, yeah, you're dealing with human opponents, and that's just simply what you have to do. All great chess players quickly become aware of their weaknesses and move to minimize them. And Forex traders could learn from this. And you get a lot of Forex traders and you never ever focus on their weaknesses. And they think that they'll just take care of themselves. And they don't. You really must be aware of your trading personality, your weaknesses, put rules in place to basically minimize and negate those weaknesses. Now, a game of chess is all about defense. You're defending your king, and you're also attacking. So you're very aware there's a time to attack and a time to defend. And I think most Forex traders like to be on the attack too much, and that they're never thinking enough about the downsides of what they might be doing, and they end up blowing up their accounts. So I think with chess, it is a simple game, but it's deceptively simple, of course. And to win, you must know the rules. You must have a strategy. You must react, and you must be very, very focused, not just on what you see, but what also might happen next. So I think the lessons that we can really learn from a game of chess in terms of achieving Forex trading success. Now, when I was speaking earlier, I said about I really like Magnus Carlsen. Why do I like him? Well, if you look at that video, he's terrifically confident, even as a 13-year-old kid. When he's speaking at the end, he's not cocky when he said he missed the opportunity to finish Kasparov off. He's just basically saying the reality of how it was for him. He's not cocky, he's not arrogant. He's quite a humble guy, actually. But you can see that sort of clip there. He's a very likable guy. He might be the greatest chess player of all, but you can't help but like him. And I think humility is one thing that Forex traders need to learn. A lot of them. I was reading on a forum today. This guy said, "I'm going to beat the hell out of the market today," and I've made $1,000 yesterday. It really is not the way to behave. You have to respect your opponent, which is the market, but you must also have total belief in yourself and your ability, which comes from your trading strategy, which you develop which has an edge. It can be very simple. You then have confidence in it because you understand it, and you gain self-belief over time. Like I said, there's a learning curve when you first come to trade. And that is the video for today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off with what I think is the most amazing things I've ever seen of how someone is using their human brain in a way I just cannot quite comprehend. I find it truly extraordinary. And it's Magnus Carlsen again. When he's asked about it, just look at his reaction. Okay, thank you for watching this video today. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Have a good day.
Just look at what he's doing. Competing against 10 players simultaneously. That in itself is not extraordinary, but Magnus cannot see the boards. He's facing the other way. So he has to keep track of the positions of 320 pieces blind. And the number of possible moves, infinite. Magnus comes out on top. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Do you have any idea how extraordinary this looks to?
No, it's one of the amazing things in chess that you don't really need a board. You can just